All right, guys, so I started at 240, 226 today. And I told you by June 1st, I want to be within a competition weight range, which is about 215, because if I competed, I'd be 212. In the last couple pounds, I could cut water. So that's my goal. I've only been that weight twice in 3 years. So it's not a weight that I easily can get to. And I want to try to get to it without that feeling of feeling like dead. Like when you're doing your show, when you're dieting, you just feel dead. Like you have no energy to get off the couch. But I want to get to that weight while having energy and being healthy, okay? So there's a couple things I've been doing. I've been doing the carnivore diet, very strict, mainly just red meat and a little bit of fats through some ghee or butter, but mainly just ribeye and some ground beef, very little dairy. And I've been doing intermittent fasting, but not the way normal people do it. A lot of people fast in the morning time and have their first meal at like 12. I do the opposite. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I get 4 meals in before 4 p.m. and I go to sleep around 9, 9:30, 10. So I try to cut my food off 5 hours before bed. So I get 4 meals in from the hours I wake up, and I cut my food off 5 hours before bed. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. That's what I'm gonna continue to do. I feel great. It's not really keto. A lot of people think carnivore is keto. It's not keto. Keto limits your protein. If my calories, if you looked at my calories, they're probably half and half, 50 and 50. So 50% is protein, 50% is fat. I'm eating around 3,500 calories a day. I've been tracking my calories to the Whoop strap, and I'm burning around 39 to 4,000 calories a day. So I'm keeping my caloric intake around 34, 3,500. So I'm at a 500 calorie deficit over 1 week. That equates to a pound, basically. I'm doing about an hour and a half of working out and about a 30-minute walk every day. And I'm gonna do that until my weight loss plateaus. So let's go over a couple things. And I know some people watching this might not have Whoop and they might have a Fitbit, and that's fine. And I do a lot of online coaching with the Whoop strap, people that only have a Fitbit, and that's fine. So the Fitbit can calculate your calories. We could look at what you're burning and how we could adjust your calories so you're dropping, but you're not gonna get the other benefits of Whoop, which I really feel like is the recovery aspect and your sleep aspect. So whatever you're gonna track your data in, that's fine, but you're missing out on 66% of the other variables. So if we look at recovery I broke down to diet, sleep, and stress. So diet's gonna be eating an anti-inflammatory diet. It's gonna be having enough amino acids, enough micronutrients and macronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, to making sure that you're hydrated, your body's not inflamed, and that you're getting enough protein to build muscle. And there's a lot of ways we could break that down, whether it's fasting, whether it's carnivore, keto, small meals. There's a lot of ways we could do it. But a big thing with this is really figuring out what foods trigger inflammation. That's super difficult. You can have something you eat and not notice the effects for a couple of days, and they could linger in your system for 2 weeks. So we can have a lot of these reactions to food that we don't know. So I do suggest that everybody follows some type of really strict elimination diet, puts things back in to figure out your foods first. Because if you're even doing small meals a day and you're eating things that you think are healthy, like broccoli or turkey, you might be having a reaction that you never knew. I mean, sometimes you don't notice a reaction until you cut something out and put it back in. I used to have yogurt here and there, and until I did the carnivore a couple weeks ago, when I put yogurt back in, my stomach was killing me. So I did the carnivore, I dropped some weight, and then I introduced carbs back in. We all have these beliefs. My belief was I need carbs to grow. I don't want to not have cheat meals. It was just ingrained in my behavior. When I put all the other shit back in, my stomach was killing me. I was in the bathroom nonstop for 3 days. And then I realized I have to go back to this way of eating because I just feel better. So I'm willing to sacrifice carbs and cheat meals and sugar because I felt so bad when I put it back in, but I wouldn't know how bad I felt until I took it out first. So sometimes we have to take things out for a prolonged period of time, put them back in and see how we feel. And then you can understand the foods, because if you don't do that and you're eating these basic foods, you can be having such inflammatory responses, not dropping weight, but it's not the calories, it's the food you're eating. So it's a tricky subject, but you really want to eliminate foods, put them back in, and really figure out what your body works good with first. So that's as far as diet and figuring out what causes inflammation. Then we have sleep. I like to use the Whoop, and I can track how much deep wave and how much REM sleep I'm getting, the quality of my sleep, and based upon the sleep, it's going to give you another accurate measurement, and it's heart rate variability, and that's an indication of how well your body's recovered. So again, looking at sleep, I could have deep wave, I could have REM. I know on a good night, if I'm recovered really high, where I should be in those equal parts. Usually a good night of REM sleep is over 2 hours, deep wave sleep is about 2 hours, and I know I'm pretty good, well recovered. But certain things affect your sleep. I could also look at my resting heart rate while I sleep, and if that's low, I'm recovering well. If my resting heart rate's too high, all right, so in the morning I check, my resting heart rate is over 60, I know that I had too much caffeine during the day, maybe too many stimulants, and I just didn't relax enough. I'm staying in that sympathetic state. I'm not going into that parasympathetic relaxation mode that I should be in. So I'll make some notes, and the next day I'll adjust it. I'll cut my caffeine intake. Sometimes I'll experiment with different supplements before bed, like magnesium. I don't really do melatonin. I like magnesium, I like ashwagandha, I like GABA, ZMA, holy basil tea, and these are different things I'll use to check how much deep wave sleep I'm getting and how well I'm recovering. So recovery, diet, figure out what you have inflammation towards, make sure you're getting adequate protein, sleep, try to find a way to track your sleep and your heart rate variability, and make sure you're getting deep sleep and enough sleep. Based upon that, if I know that I'm waking up in a certain recovery zone, I know that day if I can hit it really hard with 2 workouts, I know if that day I should take it really easy and just do a light workout. So the sleep and your recovery is gonna predicate what type of workout you're gonna be doing that day. Stress. So we have meditation, different outlets for stress. Could be creative, physical. Meditations put you in that parasympathetic, calm state, and that's what we wanna be in. So how we handle our stress and have different outlets. Working out could be one, it could be drawing, creating something for that creative outlet. So this is how I all kind of categorize recovery. Training, we have frequency, how many days we hit in a muscle group, intensity, how hard are we hitting a muscle group, are we going to failure, exercises, are we applying proper technique, and we have the right mind-muscle connection to our body. These are all super important. I'm also doing things a little bit different. There's a great quote I like: if you want results you've never had before, you have to do what's never been done before. So my training split has been kind of crazy. I do the front of my body, quads, biceps, chest, tibialis, forearms. One day, the next day, the back of my body, back, lats, lower back, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and I just alternate that every day. And maybe I'll be taking 1 rest day a week. So I've been hitting maybe every body part 3 times per week, a very high frequency. I'm not doing as much volume, so maybe I'm doing 6 to 8 sets per muscle group, which over the week is a lot of sets, but I'm still kind of not killing myself each workout. And I'm taking some sets to failure, but I'm not overloading my spine, like deadlifts or heavy squats all the time. I might do squats one day and choose another exercise the next day to minimize that central nervous system stress so I can train more frequently. And I've been really paying attention to exercises I pick and the technique in which I do them. If I'm focusing on quads, I want to pick the best exercises for quads. I'm compiling an amazing video library that's going to show you some of my best exercises. And mind-muscle connection, again, that goes to technique. You want to make sure you're picking things you connect when you feel. Okay, if I'm working my quads, I don't want to feel my patella tendon. So exercise selection is key. These are some of the attributes and the big areas of why I've been able to drop so much weight, have good energy, and maintain muscle mass. I told you guys I'm going to take this plan all the way through to my weight loss goal in 2 more months, which is 215. That would mean from 240 to 215 to 25-pound weight loss in a little over 2 months. Pretty good, especially if I can maintain strength and energy and I feel alert and vibrant on it, which I do. As soon as I kind of lower those carbs out, maybe the first 1 or 2 days you're a little foggy, you don't feel great, but as soon as your fat gets acclimated, and I did this before, so I got adjusted to a little bit faster. But the mental clarity is amazing. I also noticed a bigger reason too is when I eat certain types of foods, I really do get more anxious. And I really, when you hear and you talk to more people and you hear more stories about eating causing anxiety and depression, it's really true. How you eat facilitates your neurotransmitters in your brain, and it affects how your moods, and affects your energy levels, and affects anxiety and depression. So eating a certain way makes me much more mentally calm, and I really do like that. So how you eat, not only for energy and physical energy, but your mindset and your calmness throughout the day is super important to me. So I found that eating a certain way, how I'm eating now, it makes me very calm. I'm much more relaxed. I have great clarity. I don't have huge hunger spikes. I don't have big sugar cravings. But I also realized that there's some sacrifices. I can't have a cheat meal. I can't have a day where I have high carbs because it throws everything off. My stomach's killing me. So it's really like you have to make some sacrifices. You have to outline your bigger goal. My bigger goal is losing weight healthily, getting in competition shape healthily, maintaining my health, maintaining my energy. I don't want to just get super ripped but feel like a zombie and I'm so dead. I want to have great body composition, low body fat, high muscle mass, but feel great in the process and be healthy in the process. So I feel like the way I'm eating with the fasting is doing a great job of that. I have great mental clarity, good energy. I'm working out in the morning off of very small food for almost 2 hours and I feel great. So my performance has gone up. So if my performance is going up, my body fat's going down, my mental clarity, my mindset, and my mood is improving, my sleep is improving, I have no stomach issues, and I have lower inflammation overall. I check inflammation by how much joint pain I have, or if you floss and you bleed through your gums. There's a lot of ways to look at inflammation. If you get a blood test, you can look at your C-reactive protein. So I look at all those markers, and that constitutes if I'm on the right path or the wrong path. So it's going really good. Like I said, I have a couple private coaching clients, and I'm helping do this right now via Whoop Strap. If you have Fitbit, it's fine, but you're not going to have the other attributes of recovery and sleep. So again, it's up to you. If you guys have any questions, please message me. Along with the daily workouts I'm posting on YouTube and Instagram, my YouTube link is in my Instagram. I'm also going to be posting my own journey and my progress for some of my workouts, how I'm eating, how I'm sleeping, and more of this advanced kind of crazy routine I'm doing with this full body workouts daily, fasting after 4 p.m., carnivore diet, and then also with supplements and stuff I'm taking. So have a good day.